Hey, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening from wherever you might be. I am John Royce, the host of the Witching Hour podcast. Today is my first venture with a video pod show. First one for the Witching Hour, and I am quite honored and very, very excited today to bring with me to the dinner table tonight for all of your viewing pleasures. 2/3 of the tripod for The Weight of Guilt, a short animated horror film that is being released, I believe, on May 2nd. With me today, I have two good friends of mine. Very proud to say, both artists and artists that have both lent their hands into the direction of the film. First up, we have good friend of mine, Mr. Justin Bourne. Justin, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, John. Great to be here. Good to see you again.
Of course. And joining us, not for the first time, but the first time on video with us again, is Mr. Joseph Daniel Rodriguez. Joseph, welcome, my friend.
Hello, sir. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here as well.
Of course. I know we've been, you and I have been back and forth about we need to talk again and
Yes.
again. And you have been super busy. I know Justin's been super busy. And so I figured, you know what? The three of you all got together. And when I said the three of you, I'm not leaving out, of course, the backbone of The Weight of Guilt, Miss Tracy Allen, who said, the hell with you guys. She's riding the red carpet and is on vacation this weekend, and said she wanted to let the boys play. So Tracy, you are missed, but I'm sure she'll definitely be back to the show.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, I have not mentioned a word. I do want to thank you guys for having sent me a final copy of your film, which runs about 5.5 minutes, just under 6 minutes long, I believe, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And is absolutely beautiful. Tracy, I can't pat her on the back enough for her storyline. The imagery that you two came up with together, the three of you, oh my God, it's absolutely breathtaking. It truly is. Joseph, your imagery that you brought to the film captured it. I don't think it could have been any better. I really don't.
Oh, thank you, sir. I
Big hugs.
Thank you.
No, I've been trying to keep this under wraps. I don't want to give anybody any, I don't want to give any spoilers away. I know that the horror community is going to eat this up. The film stars is narrated by none other than Mr. Bill Oberst Jr., who, I got to tell you, man, his voice for this role was mesmerizing. The desperation in his voice. You know, I want to say post-apocalyptic kind of atmosphere for the film, if you will, not to give too much away. But he just, oh my God. And it was just so Bill 100%. But with that being said, what he gave to that character, the desperation for the scene of the character was, wow. The meshing between the story, the artistry, and the narration, 100% out of my opinion, honestly.
Oh yeah. Well, Tracy had written it specifically for Bill.
Right.
And she had about 10 pages, I think. And she was telling me about it. I was like, wow, that sounds really cool. I was like, send that to me. I want to look at that. You know, and she didn't have any character names or anything like that. And I was reading it, and I messaged her back. I was like, you wrote this for Bill, didn't you? And she's like, oh yeah, absolutely. I wanted to see if you'd pick up on it. I was like, oh yeah. I mean, it's Bill.
It's scary how much she's in his head, or I guess you could almost say vice versa for that matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And Joseph, how you came up with the cold feeling, honestly, it is beyond me. How I mean, I don't know if they get how much direction they, meaning, you know, Justin and Tracy gave to you versus here, just read it and give us what you think. You know, how the collaboration really meshed. You know, you could have had stick figures making them look like Road Warrior and said, here's my imagery. And then
we wouldn't do that to him. We gave him a mountain of material.
No, I appreciate that. And they did. When I was first brought on, Justin, you know, he had 2 other animators that were already a little bit in the trenches, deep in the work, kind of.
Right.
And so I got to see what they were working with. But when he described to me that he's like, this is a winter scenario, I thought nuclear winter. And so I was like, what if it's permanent frost? You know, because I think that's more visually gripping if it feels like everything's frozen. It's not just like it's a seasonal thing. You know what I mean? So that's that definitely helped me at least think about doing that with the snow, making it feel like you see all the buildings, everything is just like covered in snow. You know what I mean? For sure.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Please, Justin. I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna say I liked that he captured that permafrost kind of look, you know, because we weren't specific like, oh yeah, there's a summer and fall or whatever, but I like that it seems it's the endless winter, you know.
Yeah.
And when I was editing what Tracy had sent to me, I was really focused on trying to bring that forward. And when I was doing some of the character designs and storyboards and everything, I wanted that color palette. And Joseph, man,
Nailed it.
We were like, we want, you know, some blues and colds and this and that. And he's like, yeah, I got you.
No, and you know, for a guy coming out of Texas, I mean, you nailed the cold. I tell you what, man, I mean, I actually wanted to go put a sweater on by the time I was done because I had the chills. I really did.
Well, when I saw the short that he did for Atone,
oh my God, yes,
it wasn't a reach for me to, instead of sand, see snow.
Sure.
You know, so I was like, oh yeah. When I saw Atone, I was like, oh yeah. I mean, it's sand in that, but hey, you know,
no,
snow
for sure.
isn't.
They have the same kind of feel, you know.
They did. They both had the one from one extreme to the other, but they most certainly did. You know, I couldn't agree with you more. Congratulations on that, Joseph. Many awards, if I understand correctly. Outstanding work, man. Outstanding work.
Well,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Tracy has entered it into a bunch of animated film festivals and stuff, and I think Joseph plans on it. I plan on it. We're going to hit as many as we can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the big thing is when we launch on May 2nd, we want everybody click that YouTube link. You know, watch it, and you know, immerse yourself in.
We will definitely be giving everybody out there the YouTube channel, and of course, once this is all published, I'll definitely have it written up for everyone with a nice link. Definitely going to want to get out there and click follow, subscribe.
Yes, we want comments. We want it all. You know, that's it. That's all we're asking for. Just watch our animated short. That's it. We don't want any money or anything. Just it'd be nice if you left a nice comment. You know.
All right, so the three of you merged, got together. Now, obviously, I'm not the most tech suave kind of guy, but you know, scripts, images, whatnot were forwarded amongst the three of you. And at what point, how long did it take for you guys, meaning Justin, for you and Tracy, to say, yeah, he's definitely the guy, or I think this is a running for it?
All right, so, and I got to give a big shout out to you for this.
Uh-oh.
Because you know.
Nah.
Because before I had seen Atone before, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. Wow, you know, this guy's probably, and actually I friended Joseph up, and he friended me back. I mean, we didn't really interact too much or anything, you know. We were on some threads. We had common interests, you know how it is. So Tracy and I were towards the end of the other two animators, and what we were getting wasn't exactly jiving with the material, you know. One of my good friends who I went to art school with was an animator. He did Ren and Stimpy and a bunch of stuff, and I liked him, and I thought maybe we could pull off that cartoony look, but it just wasn't happening. And the other guy, I think he had a bunch of stuff going on, and it was taking them both too long, and it wasn't jiving with the material. So anyway, I was on your thread on Facebook, John. I forget what we were talking about, and it was something. What was it?
Strippers.
Yes.
Yes.
That was it.
Right.
And no, I think it was something to do with his animated short Atone, because then I finally, made the connection. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, I believe you're right. I think it was one of Joseph's posts actually.
Yeah.
That either I had shared or you had read where I had congratulated him, great work, blah blah blah.
That was it.
And then you chimed in off of that.
Yeah, and I went to Joseph's page. I was like, oh my God, we are friends. And I messaged him right away. I was like, dude, come to us. And he was super nice. Of course, I went to Tracy first, and we talked about it. I showed her the Atone clip, and she's like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. So,
and I was happy to do it because I was fresh off the heels of, again, just finishing that, and I was hungry for something else. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to do more, and then the opportunity knocked, and God, it was a blast working on it for sure, definitely. And I think because you told me the story first when we got on a phone call, and he just briefly explained to me the scenario of you got the pumpkin patch covered in snow, and there's something there. And I immediately.
So what did you think about it though? When you first read the script or the story, you're like, awesome, 2 thumbs up, this is incredible, or were you kind of like, what the hell are they talking about? A guy and a dog and snow-covered pumpkins? What the hell am I doing?
He gave me that overview, but then he gave me the twist, and I don't want to give the twist away, until you see it when it comes out. But he told me what that twist was, and I was like, oh, that's fresh. Yeah. And I like that. I like stories that are somewhat tragic. They deal with a character who's going through something sad like that. And
sure.
It was the snow that I could see, I could visualize. I was like, I'd love to do something snow themed. And then he gave me the twist, and I was like, oh, I'd really like to do that, because I love doing stuff that has emotion, that gets a little sad. You know what I mean? I love stuff like that.
Yeah, and the placement of it was perfect.
Oh,
absolutely perfect.
Well, the timing and everything that he was able to do. I mean, with the narration.
And that's the thing, and that's what surprised me so much, is that you and Tracy and I had spoken. It didn't seem like it was that long ago, and
it really wasn't.
and I had honestly, I think I had like just physically in that time actually mentioned Joseph's name once in our interview, and next thing I know, it seems like it's 2 weeks later. Hey, John, we're all done. I'm like, what? I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
Well, that was Joseph, man. Due to Maniac, we were like, I mean, the other 2 guys took a year.
Yes, and that
was against them.
No, of course not. And that's just it, because you guys were kind of waiting, and you at that time, I think you guys were saying it was like 75-80% a wrap.
Hell, the other guy never finished. We got Joseph and Big Brad Beef Tip Tillerson was like, look, he's our producer in charge. Old Beef Tips. He was like, nah, cut it. Give him the axe. We got Joseph. We're doing that if he bites. And so we went with old Brad Beef Tips' advice.
And now, have you met with Bill yet, Justin? Have you?
Yeah.
You have. Okay.
Oh yeah, in fact, I'm doing a digital comic with them called The Traveler, but which is so much fun. I mean, and anything I'm writing, all the scripts I'm writing now, all the projects I'm doing are, Bill.
Mm-hmm, right.
I'm writing them in. I love the guy. But yeah, I mean, we talked about it. I wasn't so familiar with Bill at that point in the early stages. It was more Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
But after I read it and she was like, oh yeah, maybe we should try and get Bill. I was like, you think he'll do it? And she was like, yeah, I think he'll do it. So she approached him. He wanted to do it. We let him read it. Well, I edited it into the script and he read that and said, oh yeah, I can do this. And I mean, we really didn't give him too much direction. You know, it's the old guy in the apocalypse, you know, with his dog.
Yeah.
You know, and he took it off from there. He came up with the voice and the timing. Oh, it's just tragic, the voice.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think you guys honestly, whether Tracy had him in mind or not, I don't think anybody honestly could have portrayed that voice. Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, right. No, of course. But I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody could have done as good a job as Bill. He honestly
No.
did.
No.
Now, I know we haven't given anything away to the viewers. We have about 9 minutes left of recording. I just got an ugly little pop-up on my screen here with Zoom. But for the viewers, we have a treat for you. So we actually do have a couple stills and a small video segment that we'd like for you guys to take a peek at.
Sure. Do you want me to let
Please? Yep, please do.
Will do. All right.
And I can give you a little lead up. This is just a part of the round about the middle. It doesn't give too much away, but it shows a lot of the action, you know.
Can y'all see this?
Oh, it's beautiful.
We don't have audio, but
Oh, y'all don't? Oh, do you want me to try and get that going?
let's
You know, Joseph, and I say this in the utmost respect for you because I'm such a huge fan of this. Parts of this takes me back to when I was such a little guy and Heavy Metal, the movie, came out.
yeah.
Oh.
And that is still one of my all-time favorite films. As soon as I saw this, I'm not trying to say that's what it took me to.
No, you're good. Yeah.
But the imagery, some of it really made me feel like this could have been a segment in the film. Let's put it that way.
That's awesome.
So high congrats there.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir.
Well, he's got that grittiness. Just
Everything
we wanted, man.
Yep. Very raw, very emotional feeling to it.
And he had it done in like 2 months, you know. He's like, okay, I'm finished. We're like,
that's incredible.
Okay. Can we start working on the next one? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, okay, here you go.
So with that being said, Justin, between you and Tracy, especially, well, with her basically having been the writer for it, does she have a possible part 2 to this written, do you think, or that you know of?
We're working together on a screenplay. We're gonna pitch it. We're using the short, and hopefully the millions and millions of views we get on May 2nd to pitch it and hopefully get some money behind it and, you know, do it the right way.
Awesome.
We would love to do it animated. I mean, I could see it, you know, live action. I could see it, you know, Sin City kind of style, you know.
Sure.
There's a million different ways we can do it. You know, hey, just all we need is that initial heat to take it to somebody and get it done. And
right.
And that's what we're doing with the second project too. It's a trailer. It's I Am Worthless. Actually, we got Bill on there. We got Joe Castro. You know Joe Castro.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I wrote a part for him in the movie, and we're gonna pitch it as a series, I think, though.
Okay.
But that's go ahead.
Yeah, Joe's a sick man. He's a sick genius. He really is.
He's the best, man.
Yes.
I wrote this character specifically for him, and
Nice.
I'll give you a tease. It's kind of my version of Doc Holliday, you know, and his character is this Southern sheriff, you know, gentleman type. It's great, man. And Bill plays an insane person, and
Bill insane? No.
I know, right?
Come on, it's a stretch. Boom.
Yeah. So yeah, we're hoping to have that done by you know, end of the year. No pressure, Joseph.
No, definitely. I mean, that's cool. Oh, you mean the series done by the end of the year?
Yeah, right. No. The trailer, then we shot
Trailer.
it.
No, for sure, definitely.
But it's a screenplay I wrote, and Tracy helped me with. We were sort of going back and forth. She had wrote the last one. I helped her out with that, and I wrote this one. She's helping me out with that, and because we're both writers, that's what's nice, man. You can take turns and
just keep feeding off of each other. That's great.
Yeah. A lot of good dynamics there too. And I mean, I was worried because when I did the storyboards for Weight of Guilt, I mean, I tried to take it real simple because I didn't want to get crazy. I didn't know how much it was going to cost. I didn't know what the animators were going to be able to do. The other two,
right.
So I took it sort of safe, and Joseph was like, yeah, okay, I get what you're going for. Here, how's this? Boom, put that in your head. And I was like, whoa, yes, oh my God.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, Joseph, before we wrap up, what future or other projects would you like to mention to us?
I just finished today, and I'm gonna post it after this interview is up. But I finished another short animated little thing. It's a micro short, and I don't have any plans for it expanding any further than what it is. But it was just a poem. It's based on a poem that I wrote, and it's called The Archwayman.
Wow.
It's gonna be awesome.
Looking forward to that very much. Awesome. Okay, so obviously the things went very well with the three of you for The Weight of Guilt. Any objections to hopeful possible future collaborations then?
Just we got I Am Worthless coming up, and past that, I mean, if we can keep them rolling on our projects, that's where we want them. I mean, this is in my opinion, the best way to sell these, pitch these. You don't have to run an Indiegogo campaign, and I have a lot of respect for the people who do those because it's a lot of damn work.
Sure.
And we want to say, hey, look, we can put this together. This puts it in your mind. You get a good visual, and then hopefully, I mean, we hit somebody and they're like, okay, here's $50 million. Joseph, here's 10,000.
Nice. Shoot, I take that.
Yeah, I know, right? Whatever. And like I said, this we're thinking feature, maybe a series of movies. The I Am Worthless, that's series. We're writing that as a series. Okay. Before I forget, I'm working on doing a digital comic for Weight of Guilt. It'll be on webtoons.com. I have a lot of digital comics going on right now, so I don't know. But the thought is to have Weight of Guilt, the one I'm doing with Bill, and then one I'm doing with Jess Norvestgaard, actually, called IRWC. It's crazy. It's this wrestling storyline. It's amazing. But all three have Bill in it, of course.
Nice.
So
well, be sure to. We got about a minute left here. Be sure to give Jess. No. Be sure to give Jess my best next time you do talk to him.
Yeah.
And tell Bill he's got to come onto the show with you also next time. I'd love to talk to him. If you would, though, please let everybody know the website, YouTube channel title, everything that they can look forward to seeing you guys on.
Yeah, definitely. You can find all the information on my Facebook, Justin Boring. I share them all to Joseph's page, so they're on his too. We're on YouTube. It's Same Damn Brain Productions, and we've got a video holder there. This is the first thing we're going to drop. It's going to be the first one, and hopefully one of many.
Well, I definitely want to thank both of you for coming on the show. Justin Boring, Joseph Daniel Rodriguez. Congratulations, guys. To Tracy, I'm sure you're going to be watching this. We missed you today. We love you. And congratulations. Job well done. The Weight of Guilt, May 2nd. Be looking for it. I'm your host, John Roycelyn. As always, thank you for joining me on the Witching Hour podcast. And remember to always keep it evil. Until next time, we'll see you guys soon.